channel. Today I'm going to take you on a little bit of a plant tour. I wouldn't say that I have a lot of plants, and maybe a lot to some people who have a lot more than me, but I feel like I have a good enough amount to where I can do a proper plant tour. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so if I can't remember the scientific names of each plant, I'll just pop it up on the screen somewhere, but for the most part, I think I should. You can see all of my little babies behind me. I keep most of them on this shelf. My apartment doesn't get that much light. There's one window up here that's kind of narrow and skinny and long, and then there's another small window in the front, and that's it, which is kind of sad because I love this apartment, but it just does not have the best lighting. So we're in my bedroom right now. Also, I picked up this shelf for free on the side of the road last week. Super happy about that. It's like pretty much in perfect condition. So this is where I keep a lot of my plants. Let's start off with snake plants because I have quite a few of those. So this little guy is a samurai snake plant. Let's see if I can show you up close. It's really interesting because these things, they're spiky and they're hard. Like the leaves are like really thick and hardy, and they will stab you if you're not careful. I just love the look of it. It's really pretty. It's really thick and hardy. So I've got that one. I have this beautiful big large snake plant right here that you see behind me. I got that one a couple weeks ago, and it was actually a lot in like a 10-inch pot, and so I split it up into two. So I have one in here, and then I have one I'll pop footage of in the living room, just kind of chilling in a dark corner since they don't really need that much light. And generally speaking, the darker the pigment of green, the more chlorophyll it has, so the less light that it needs. So this is kind of a darker color snake plant. I have a lighter one elsewhere too that I can show you, but it'll be fine in the dark. It won't grow a whole lot, but it's definitely not gonna die or anything. Just make sure you definitely don't overwater them. I've killed a lot of snake plants just simply by overwatering them. And you have to keep in mind too, especially if a plant is in a low light area, that's fine, but definitely it needs way less water than if it were to be in a sunny area, because obviously the sun and the light is going to dry out the soil quicker than if it's just in a dark corner. So keep in mind that if you have low light plants that you place throughout your home in corners, they're more easily susceptible to root rot and just the soil being soggy and mold and stuff like that, and you don't want that. So my next snake plant is, I believe this is the mother-in-law's tongue. I don't remember the scientific name for it, but I actually just got this little guy 2 days ago, and I'm holding it together with some wire at the top. But yeah, I like this little guy. I keep it on my dining room table, which doesn't have a light around it, but I do have like a little LED light bulb right above it, so I'll turn that on a couple hours a day just so that it can get some light. My next is my favorite plant. It is my Whalefin snake plant. This is probably one of the most expensive plants that I have. Maybe, I don't know, one of them up there. But yeah, it's just freaking, it's beautiful. I love it. If this one ever dies, I will be very disappointed. Yeah, I love it. And she's in this cute little pot. This is definitely my favorite plant. I do have another snake plant in my kitchen. Oh, it's a Laurentii. So that one's a Laurentii. It's like a little bit of a lighter color, and it has like yellow on the sides. So next, sorry, this guy. This is the only fern that I have right now. It's a rabbit's foot fern. So when it gets nice and mature, it has these little like rabbit's feet. You probably won't be able to see that in the pot, but that they just kind of grow around the bottom and they're kind of like hairy. It's definitely really interesting. Ferns really don't need a lot of light. Some of them do, but this one, again, it's got like the darker foliage, and it gets a decent amount of light in this little spot. They do love humidity, so I do have a nice big humidifier right back here. I probably should have turned it off for the video. Hopefully you can't hear it running, but if you don't have a humidifier, you can spritz it with water like 2 to 3 times a day, or you can also place it in an area of your home that has naturally higher humidity, like the bathroom or the kitchen. You can also place it on like a little tray with pebbles and water, or you can just make sure you group your plants together like this, because that will naturally increase the humidity of the plant. Let's see. So I got this guy next. I don't know what kind of cactus it is, but it's cute. I like it a lot. And I've had this for about a year now. While I was away, I was gone for a couple of weeks, and I just set it on my dining room table and I left the LED light bulb on, and it actually grew like a lot wider in size, which is funny. Next, I have this spider plant. I got it yesterday. It's a Bonnie spider plant, and I believe this is non-toxic. I think most spider plants are. I'll have to double check on that though. But yeah, again, so this one you can see that it has a little bit of a lighter color, so if you can place it in an area that has more light, that would be beneficial. But spider plants are notorious for being really good low light plants, so I'm not too worried about it, but we'll see how it does. So next, this is one of my favorite plants. This is a Fittonia. It's also called a nerve plant. Let me get a close-up without my face, maybe. Yeah, so you can see it has all the little white, like it looks like nerves. That's why it's called a nerve plant. Nerve plants also, you can get ones that have pink little veins in them. This one is definitely non-toxic. Some people, I've seen online that some people think that Fittonias are difficult to take care of. I have had this one for a couple months now, and before I moved it in here, it was in a place that literally got no light, and it has grown so much. These guys are really cool too, because they will tell you when they need to be watered. The leaves get so dramatic and they will literally droop down and it looks like they're dying. But if you just give it a good water, they'll perk right back up. This one, again, is definitely non-toxic if you have any pets. So next, I'm not going to take it off the shelf, but I can insert a closer up clip. But it's this prayer plant. It's a Maranta. Put the full name on the screen. I actually just got this for free 2 days ago. We did kind of like a little swap party with my group of friends, and we each brought like clothing, books, plants, anything that we didn't want. So I got it for free, which is amazing. And it's doing pretty well there. I love prayer plants. I think they're really beautiful and unique looking. They have a lot of detail to them and a lot of like, they're just really pretty. Next, I have my Calathea Ornata. It's not doing so hot right now. I had to trim off a couple of leaves the other day just because I think the soil's a little bit too moist, and I maybe watered it too quickly the other day, but you can kind of see that the ends of the leaves are like kind of getting crispy and yellow. That could mean a lot of different things. It could mean that it's not just getting enough light or that it is being overwatered. In my case, I think it was a little bit of both. So you can kind of see in the pot that I've just kind of trimmed back the plant. And this is a great thing that you can do if you just kind of want to start over. It will grow back new leaves. You just have to be patient. But a good rule of thumb is to literally stick your finger like an inch down in the soil. If it comes out like this with dirt on it, it does not need to be watered because it's moist. If it comes out dry, it's a good idea to water it. Now, of course, with that being said, a lot of plants are drought tolerant and they like to be nice and dry. But the Calatheas you need to use distilled water with, and they like to be kept pretty evenly moist, not soggy, but they don't like to dry out too much. And again, I just love this one because it's pink. So hopefully it does a little better here. I just moved it in here recently because this room gets the best lighting. Alright. So next, I just got this last week. This is a Monstera Adansonii, or a Swiss cheese plant. Really beautiful. It's a little baby. It came super healthy, so it's really healthy. I'm sure that it will grow, but I just have this little bamboo stick in it because Monsteras like to vine or trail, and I want to train this one to vine up here. This is not pet friendly. I'm pretty sure all Monsteras are not safe for your pets. Just keep that in mind. And what else do I have? Oh, I'll have to insert some clips. But I have I believe it's a Jade Pothos. I'm not entirely sure. I got it 2.5 years ago, so I don't really remember. But I've got that. I'm looking at it right now. It's really beautiful. It's grown really well over the past couple of years. It was a baby plant when I first got it. I also have, I can show you this one. This is a Skindapsis. I believe it's a Pictus. I'm not entirely sure. Really beautiful. It kind of looks like someone took a gray metallic Sharpie and like painted on the leaves. I think this is also called the Silver Splash, but it's a type of pothos, a vining plant or a trailing plant. And I got this maybe a month ago, so it's just a little baby one. It's doing pretty well, growing some aerial roots and stuff. I don't think, this one is not pet friendly either, so watch out for your animals. What else do I have? I have this umbrella plant. So I actually rescued this plant from my grandma. We went to go visit them for Christmas, and it was in like a really large pot, and it wasn't doing so hot, so I actually took it out and repotted it, and I discovered that there was like a whole terracotta pot inside of the pot that was like crushed up, and the roots were just growing around it. It was wild. I should have taken a picture of it, but I didn't. But so this one's doing okay. I love a good project plant, so I'm trying to nurse it back to health. It's still growing. I don't know if you can see. Where is it? Yeah, it's definitely growing and putting out like new little babies, which is super cute. And it's a really pretty plant. It literally looks like an umbrella. So that one's doing okay. You have a lot of plants outside too, so I have my front porch gets full sun like most of the day, so I have to be really selective about what I put out there, because I have definitely burned and killed some plants putting them out there thinking that it was fine. Oh, which reminds me, I have one out there right now that does not need to be out there. But I'll go ahead and film outside and show you some of my plants that I have outside. I do have a really, really sad Hoya Australis that I've had for a little over a year now. That's the thing about plants. You just live and you learn how to take care of them. But this plant was pretty expensive, and it had grown so beautiful in our last apartment because we had lots of beautiful indirect light. And when we moved to this apartment, I placed it stupidly near a vent and I wasn't thinking, and the leaves started turning yellow. It wasn't getting light. The top layer of soil is actually moldy because I'm an idiot and I placed it near a vent just without thinking about it. So that one I repotted. I'll have to insert a picture of what it used to look like because it was so pretty. But I repotted it. I trimmed pretty much all of the leaves off and the stems, and a couple of months ago I was getting ready to throw it away because it's in like a hanging pot on the ceiling, so I couldn't really see inside of it and I just assumed that it wasn't growing. But I took it down and I looked at it and it's actually growing a whole new plant, so hopefully that goes well. I can see it right now. It definitely has new growth on it. I'm kind of holding out for that one because I love Hoyas and I don't think they're too difficult to take care of. You just need to make sure they get the right kind of light. But yeah, hopefully that one still makes it. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching my little plant video. If you have any questions about houseplants or stuff like that, or pet-friendly plants, just leave some comments or questions below. I'd be happy to help with the knowledge that I have. Let me know in the comments what kind of videos you want to see from me. I'm really just kind of testing out the waters and filming and putting out there whatever comes to my mind and seeing how people react to it. So let me know what you want to see. Hit the subscribe button for more content from me and follow me on Instagram. And I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.